evening. And the big screen's going to give us a countdown here, as it will be Argentina to kick off. They are currently top of the HSBC World Series, 14-point lead over Fiji, and the local crowd are happy. The ball is gathered there by David Richard. Some early possession for the Canadians. Good fend from Cal Sager. He's a big, strong boy. Finally brought down. Canada devastated by injuries after Perth. 4 players came home under operation, so some younger players like this one, Max Stewart, have been called into action. And this man has returned from injury. Alex Russell with a stop and go. A sideline he's had some success on over the years here at BC Place. Well, a positive start for Canada against the series leaders. They found David Richard unmarked. He has to carry into contact. Well, Canada looking very comfortable on the ball, going through the phases. Isherwood midfield has to reassess the situation. Burnett, nothing on, so he drops the shoulder, wins the collision momentarily. Actually wins a penalty from Santiago Mare, who goes too high.
Superb start from the Canadians there. Russell got some change out on the far side. He had a nice stutter step, went up the wing, and it's a great start for Canada, and I'm delighted for them. Phil is a great leader to have back in this team. Let's see how the first half plays out.
Max Stewart choosing to stick the ball down the side, and a very exciting player in the 21 jersey. The women have already played here in the stadium. France got on top of them pretty early on, so the crowd were taken out of the game in many ways. But right now, with this kind of possession, Canada are bringing the crowd into the game. It will be a man you had breakfast with the other day, Mr. Isherwood, throwing in.
I did indeed. Myself, Cal, and Thomas had breakfast the other day. Great guys.
They've recovered from that, and Isherwood trying to flip on 2 flip-ons. The half pickup, stop and go from Joe Mora. It was good inventiveness from the Canadians. Penalty for holding on at the breakdown. Immediately on it was a subject. Good work from him.
Yeah, Sudtuk is great at the breakdown. He's been around the block when it comes to the 7 series. He knows what to do. They had the Canadians in their 22 zone there, but they didn't panic. They turned it over, and you can see why they're number 1.
Well, those 2 stats you just seen on the screen, 9 tackles to 0. And here is the steal. Canada have had all the possession, but no points to show for it. Great technique, he's on his feet. Argentina lineup, first attacking possession of this match. Not straight appeals from the Canadians, but they're not going to get it. This interplay is such a big part of the Pumas' success. So comfortable with each other, and finally a skill breakdown there. Referee's let it go, he's missed it. Bouncing ball midfield, the chip and chase. Again, Argentina's so good at this side of the game, but I think it's been knocked on by Luciano Gonzalez.
I think justice was served there. There might have been, I don't know, something else back there, a couple of phases, but it's all worked out in the end. Schultz, very unlike him. Gonzalez, very unlike him as well. But it's their first game in Vancouver, so they're just shaking off the cobwebs.
And wherever you go around the world on the HSBC World Series, there are always these incredibly proud young families coming out to support the Pumas. They've been so impressive this last year. They've been in every cup final since Singapore. Absolutely dominant. Looping around, extra set of hands, Isherwood, but the hands go up and he can't get the ball away. Finally, he does to Stewart. Mora comes in. The base, he looks to offload. Argentina again winning the penalty at the breakdown. Referee Rocco Vereni not happy with the Canadians in that work.
No, fantastic work from Alvarez there. Canada were just getting stuck in a cul-de-sac. They didn't know where they were going. Mora, unfortunately, got turned over on the ground, and now Canada under a bit of pressure. We're yet to have a score in this game, so we might have one coming up right now off the scrum.
Quite remarkable stats for the Argentinians. They score 56% of their tries a set piece with 24% after restart. So very much a team that likes to play from structure, and they've got a piece here right in the middle of the HSBC logo. Set scrum, left side.
Up again.
We're going to reset the scrum.
Leave the game, okay? Yeah. Crouch.
Argentina have not lost in their last 12 pool games. There's the scrum. Clean possession. Again, a little bit of miscue midfield, but they jump on it quickly and have a second opportunity. Gonzalez so strong. Still going, looking at the corner all the way. What an incredible run, but he's brought down 2 meters short. Canada counter-rucking. Free letting play go on. Little flip pass, it's gone backward. Referee's going to come back. I think he's got some help from the sideline, and there was some pressure on the scrum half, something that all the teams have been told to look out for. Greg, explain what the penalty's for here.
Yeah, so it's a difficult position that the referees are definitely tuning in on this weekend, where you're not allowed to be within 1 meter of the ruck. It seemed like Isherwood was within 1 meter there. He jumped out, interfered with play, and the ref pulled it back. Totally fair enough, and a great call by the ref.
Yeah, and a law clarification that all these players are aware of. Trying to leave the scrum half a bit more space, even though it looked like Isherwood may have been onside. Came up the side. There's the tackle there. The subject gets it away.
It's just to speed up the flow of play, to allow sevens to be the beautiful sport that it is. It's really hard not to do what Isherwood did there when your adrenaline is flowing, the blood is flowing, you see the ball there, you think you can get it, but you just need to stay patient because now they're under a lot of pressure in their red zone.
Well, you look at that efficiency from the Argentinians. They are 5 meters out, and this is daunting. Although it must be said, quite uncharacteristic, some of the handling mistakes they've made midfield. See if they can correct that as the big man is at first receiver. Santiago Mare, he comes flat. Is he going to keep it? Yes, he does. He drops the shoulder in virtually uncontested, and you can see the strategy right from the set piece.
Well, you said it, Garrett. The big man, Mare, he knew one route there, and that's the only way he was going. He bulldozed his way through over that line. I think he knew it straight away. Give me this ball. I'm going to get us on the score sheet. The Argentinians are devastatingly clinical off set piece, with over half of their tries coming from that source. They know how to get it done from a scrum.
Extras are added, 2 more points. Just a few seconds left in this first half. Argentina have had to work for it. And I think Canada in some ways will be buoyed on by that. The #1 team in the world has had to work this hard to get their first score. David Richard and his teammates put in a body of work. Let's see if they can get their hands on in these dying seconds. Left foot, chip. Good lifting pot. It is Richard who brings it down. Looping around is Isherwood. Again, a lot of pressure midfield. Finally breaks away. That's good work. Russell sizing up the try score. Sucks in a few defenders though. Quick ball needed for Canada. Again, midfield owned by Argentina. Their line speed has been exceptional. Cal Sager looking to get his knee down to the ground. Create the ruck. Tackle complete. Burn up. Isherwood kicking it wildly. It does go off the field, and that will do it for the first half. A strange option from him, and I think Russell probably agrees with me.
Yeah, that was an odd choice by Isherwood there. Sure, it meant something else, but it's halftime now. Gather the troops in, get the mindset to go again for the second half.
So it is the home side trailing the series leaders, Argentina, 7 points to 0. Of all shapes and sizes. Max Stewart gets us underway. Well weighted kick. Canada have got their hands on it. Good kickoff work from them. Richard flips it wide. Stewart's on it now. Man with South African heritage. In fact, his uncle, Christian Stewart, donned the Canadian jersey in 2 World Cups for Canada. One of the best players to ever wear the famous red maple leaf. And Mora falls down awkwardly there. Again, you just can't say enough about the line speed, and that is the way to beat the line speed that takes up the middle there. And it does get Russell on the outside. Russell's backed himself. Alex Russell all the way for Canada.
A well-deserved try for Canada there. straight away after half-time, which is vital for the energy of the game. Alex Russell has been teasing up that wing the entire first half, and he finally got a return on his investment. You can't beat speed.
But Greg, we've been talking about that pressure that Argentina's applying midfield. They let him come out and they threw it over the top. Great decision by Richard.
Yeah, well, that's one way to beat the Argentinian defense that's coming up on top of you there. They're nearly bananing, the shape of banana in defense. They're trying to get in and shut you down. If you have the bravery, throw it over the top just like Canada did, and you'll get the return. That's great for the crowd here on a Friday night in BC Place. They've woken them up.
The conversion just squirts wide, so Canada's still trailing. But Alex Russell, inspired. Max Stewart, I wonder if he'll go to the same tactic. Why not? They got the ball back last time. Let's see what happens. Richard gets up, doesn't get it back. Argentina building their attack.
On the ground, making the tackle. Advantage over.
Well, we know this Argentinian side won't panic. In this Olympic year, they've been in absolutely sublime form. There's the chip off the knee from Mineta. Carson has to come all the way over. Oh, he spills it. Mineta's still on it, but he's bundling the touch by Alex Russell.
You see the threatening pace by Mineta there. He's trying a few things. He's putting the ball to boot. Great defensive work, though, here by Canada, cleaning it up. That's just a hard turf here in BC Place. Sometimes the ball's going to bounce up. But they managed to stop them. As he can then hold them out and get out of their 22 here.
And it will be the tackler Carson to throw in. And then from Victoria, BC, Castaway Wanderers Club and his university up the road, the University of British Columbia. And there's his UBC teammate Burnup, carrying hard. Stewart, a little bit of a message maybe to attack this Argentinian defense a bit more. Stewart gets his knee to ground, tackle complete. Quick pick from Carson. Sager, caught by surprise, I think. Richard in behind, in the boot, steps out of one, looking to free Mora. Russell with the jumping act, he got away with it, keeps that ball alive. Carson in the very famous 99 jersey in Canadian sport, the great one, Wayne Gretzky, played all his ice hockey in 99 jersey. Sager over the top, little pick and go. And Canada, for the moment, matching the physical presence of the likes of the substitute, not afraid to take them on. Half of the second half played. Max Stewart off the right foot. Carson picks through the middle. Mora. Well, the white jerseys everywhere right now. Canada being patient and sitting a few Argentinians down in the process. Mora. Coming around. Big tackle. That's the physical presence you get. Santiago Alvarez doing his job. Sager's free for the moment. The crowd are happy. No support. He's running away from his support. Can he step out of the tackle? There it is. Popping up in Phil Berna. He goes outside. Is anyone inside? A sublime pass that goes to hand. Jack Carson under the poles. What a try from this young Canadian team.
Cal Sager and Phil Berna, absolute superstar stuff from them for the home side. It's absolutely lifting here in BC Place. That's one of the best tries I've ever seen. Cal Sager takes it on the overs. He's a big man, so he's going to hit the quicksand. Gonzalez chases him down, but he doesn't panic. That's very smart from the young man. And then watch his offload coming from Captain Fantastic. Oh, that is beautiful for highlights reel. That is special stuff. You can't teach that, Garrett. That's just natural ability.
Well, tons of reasons to cheer here. Max Stewart pushes it right.
Less than 2 minutes to go, and the home side are beating the leaders in the 7 Series right now. This is so exciting, Garrett.
This is what it's all about. We said there were some young players brought in. Listen, virtually the top versus the bottom. Canada trying to avoid that relegation. We said young players were brought in. There's our moment to shine against the world's best. But a minute and a half against this team is an eternity. Stewart getting across to make the tackle. On Schultz. Herman Schultz has been brought on. Also on, fresh, is Bellantini. Alvarez. Argentinians on the move. A desperate tackle from Sager and another one from Sager. A minute to play here. Argentina down by 3. Big strong carry from the World Rugby Player of the Year, Rodrigo Iskro. Through the hands. Argentinian side played a lot of rugby together. Morris coming across, and he's needed. The big tackle. Offload. Canadians looking a little bit tired. The arcing run. No one there to offload to, but Asucic gets it wide. Extra man unmarked. The show and go. Rodrigo Iskro is going to spoil the party here in Vancouver.
Well, that is why he is the best player in the world currently. That's why they're #1. They know how to get the job done. There's only 90 seconds left on the clock. They said that's absolutely no bother to us. They stayed patient, they moved the ball, and they have 81% success rate in the red zone, which is the opposite 22. And the Rugby Player of the Year gets a try.
Look at the confidence he was never in doubt, was he, the young lad? The Hooters sounds we will have one more restart as the conversions push wide. So Canada with a chance. The ball will be reintroduced by Argentina. Well, still more rugby to come all day here in Vancouver, but what a start from the Canadian men. Oh, they've lost the ball, or have they? They've got it back. It's been a really physical encounter, Greg. A lot of contact around that breakdown.
Yeah, serious effort from the Argentinians to hold the Canadians out here. They're going to try and keep them in their half, keep them down here at the 22.
A little bit of indecision there. Good field. Good run, though. Argentina penalized, killing the ball. And amidst all the excitement, as Hancock come on the field in the white headgear, he's a man who can win matches. Sager's saying, just stick it into touch, let's manage the game here, and they're going to ask Richard to do that.
So you could see Sager there taking the leadership role, deciding what they're going to do. They back themselves. They only have to go half the pitch here and get any type of score to beat the #1 leaders.
Well, as you know from your playing days, this is straight off the training pitch. They'll have their #1 line-out option. And they'll have an attacking move. Let's see what happens. Carson to throw in. They've secured the ball. Crowder getting injured. Carson doubles around. Man and ball. Great hands. Catch and give. Referee's playing advantage. And he's going to come back midfield for an offside.
Offside, 22 at the line out.
This is outstanding work by Canada.
Wait.
I wonder if they're having a decision about a kick and goal. No, they're going to tap and go quickly. They're only down by 2 here.
Yeah.
There's an injured player way down behind playing the referee's stop play.
Offside at the line out.
The crowd aren't happy with this. It's very exciting moments for Canada. You can hear the ref speaking here in the background. He's going to give some time to this player on the ground.
Just got a shot of Sean White, the head coach on the Canadian bench, just saying calm down, and he's just run on a message through his water carriers. Phil Burness got a smile on. He knows his boys have put up an incredible fight in a game that many had written them off against the #1 team in the world.
Well, of course you would. They came 12th in Perth. They're 11th overall, and Argentina haven't lost in I don't know how long in Vancouver. 12 games in Vancouver, they've been unbeaten, so this would be very unlikely for them to lose here. But let's see what happens.
Well, what's happened is Carson stuck it down the side. They're going to go to set piece again. Again, they're looking for the white headgear, I assume, of Elias Hancock in the middle there. 24 meters out. Oh, they've lost it, and that will do it. Well, the Canadians came to play. They gave the crowd something to cheer about, but just weren't quite good enough in the end.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. The crowd are really getting on their feet. They're now shouting on the Canadian men's team, but that's why Argentina are unbeaten in now 13 games in